The harsh crimson sky of the dark red planet finally gives way to the night, revealing a breathtaking, sweeping galaxy filled with glowing purple nebulas. Down in the dark, sticky basin of the brown mud pit, the heavily damaged Saturn V-REX lies completely silent, with only a faint, flickering light spilling from the cockpit. Sitting on a jagged, dark red boulder just outside the ship, Grog is completely fast asleep, leaning his heavy bronze helmet against REXY's massive, warm belly. The desolate wasteland is perfectly quiet, save for the gentle howling of the wind and a very faint, metallic clicking sound echoing from the shadows. Down in the deepest, darkest crevices of the jagged rocks, dozens of menacing, trans-red, glowing eyes suddenly snap open in the pitch blackness. Creeping silently out of the shadows emerges a terrifying swarm of giant mechanical scorpions, their bodies built entirely from dark red and metallic silver plastic bricks. Their dark red armor camouflages them perfectly against the alien terrain, with only the starlight glinting off their massive, razor-sharp metallic silver pincers. Moving with the cold, calculating precision of a synchronized machine, the robotic swarm marches directly toward the helpless, stranded spacecraft. Two of the metallic beasts effortlessly scale the side of the hull, raising their massive silver claws high into the cold night air. With a swift and terrifyingly smooth motion, the razor-sharp pincers slice straight through the thick plastic base of the ship's primary radar dish like a hot knife through butter. Down at the rear of the ship, another mechanical scorpion uses its precision claws to systematically unscrew the heavy bolts holding one of the main thruster nozzles in place. Suddenly, a loose gray plastic bolt slips from the scorpion's grasp, tumbling down and striking the metal hull with a sharp, echoing clang. The sudden noise shatters the peaceful silence of the camp, causing the little white daisy on Grog's helmet to jump straight up in alarm. Grog snaps completely awake, his dotted eyes blinking groggily behind his bronze visor as he tries to figure out what woke him up. He looks up at his beloved spacecraft, and his jaw practically unhinges in absolute horror. His beautiful ship is being systematically dismantled like a giant plastic puzzle. A mechanical scorpion scurries right past Grog's feet, effortlessly carrying the massive, heavy radar dish on its back like a prized trophy. Completely panicking, Grog violently throws his elbows back, aggressively jabbing REXY in the ribs to wake the sleeping giant. REXY jolts awake with a massive snort, his glass dome completely fogged up with condensation as he frantically waves his tiny arms in confusion. Grog points a shaking yellow finger toward the ship, where a literal army of robotic scorpions is casually walking away with large chunks of their white and black hull. REXY's dotted eyes bulge to the size of dinner plates, and both explorers leap to their feet, ready to defend their only ticket home. Knowing he needs serious firepower, Grog executes a flawless combat roll over a red boulder, diving straight into their emergency supply crate. He triumphantly pulls out the heavy-duty gray Technic Plasma Net Gun, the exact same weapon that saved them from the meteor shower back on the moon. Grog vigorously pumps the action, and the heavy weapon hums to life, glowing with a brilliant trans-light blue energy. Sprinting heroically into the line of fire, Grog plants his feet and aims directly at the scorpion attempting to steal the radar dish. He pulls the trigger, and a massive, glowing blue web of plasma energy blasts from the barrel with a deafening crack. The plasma net completely envelops the mechanical beast, wrapping the scorpion and the stolen radar dish in a tight, inescapable energy trap. The robotic creature tumbles sideways into the dirt, completely immobilized by the high-tech glowing snare. Grog dusts off his yellow hands with a smug, deeply satisfied smirk, turning to flash REXY an incredibly cocky thumbs up. REXY happily returns the gesture, giving his brave little friend a giant thumbs up with his stubby little dinosaur hand. But the celebration is cut violently short by the terrifying sound of razor-sharp metal violently slicing through pure energy. Bursting straight through the glowing blue net, two massive metallic silver pincers emerge, snapping together with a menacing metallic clack. The scorpion's claws are so impossibly sharp that they shred the high-tech plasma net into dozens of tiny, useless blue plastic strings that flutter harmlessly to the ground.
The scorpion steps right out of the ruined net, picks the radar dish back up, and clicks its pincers at Grog in a mocking, taunting gesture before scurrying away. Grog completely freezes in his tracks, his plastic jaw dropping open so wide it practically touches his leopard print loincloth. In the background, 3 more scorpions have teamed up and are currently trying to roll the ship's massive spare tire away into the darkness. Desperate to stop them, Grog rapidly pumps the heavy gun, firing 3 massive plasma nets in quick, frantic succession. The glowing nets perfectly cover the thieves, but it doesn't matter. The scorpions casually snip the plasma to shreds in exactly 1 second and keep walking. The harsh reality sets in. These robotic scavengers are entirely immune to their best weapon, and the ship is completely defenseless.
Realizing the little engineer is completely powerless, the mechanical swarm completely ignores Grog, swarming the spacecraft in even greater numbers. A group of particularly bold scorpions climbs up onto the rear thrusters, aiming their sharp pincers directly at REXY's custom-built, oversized co-pilot seat. You can steal the radar, you can steal the engine, but nobody touches REXY's favorite chair. The giant dinosaur exhales a massive, angry breath that totally fogs his visor. The colossal king of the dinosaurs steps forward, his heavy footfalls shaking the red dirt as he prepares to unleash absolute, prehistoric fury. Grog steps back, fully expecting his giant friend to unleash a devastating tail whip or a blood-curdling, terrifying roar. But instead of channeling the terrifying might of an apex predator, REXY's protective instincts somehow short-circuit into the behavioral code of a very angry farmyard chicken.
The epic, dramatic tension completely shatters as the background music abruptly shifts into a goofy, fast-paced, ridiculous barnyard melody. REXY violently shrinks his posture, tucking his massive head down into his shoulders and pushing his huge tan belly as far forward as possible. He sticks his 2 tiny, pathetic little arms out to his sides and begins to flap them wildly up and down, exactly like a mother hen protecting her nest. With his arms flapping like crazy, REXY waddles furiously toward the ship, aggressively scratching at the red dirt with his massive toes and kicking dust high into the air. He opens his jaws incredibly wide inside his glass dome, aggressively jerking his head back and forth as he mimics the most intense, angry clucking sounds ever seen in absolute silence. The giant, flapping, silently clucking dinosaur charges headfirst straight into the middle of the terrifying mechanical scorpion swarm. He uses his massive tan belly to violently bump one scorpion out of the way before aggressively backing up and bumping another one away with his heavy red bottom. Flapping, scratching, and aggressively bumping, REXY acts exactly like a fierce, sassy mother bird violently scolding a group of very naughty, metallic children. Standing on the sidelines, Grog drops his heavy plasma gun entirely, rubbing his plastic eyes in absolute disbelief at the ridiculous, feathered dinosaur spectacle unfolding before him. The mechanical scorpions immediately freeze in their tracks, entirely stopping their systematic dismantling of the spacecraft. The entire swarm turns in unison, their glowing trans-red eyes staring in absolute, terrified bewilderment at the giant, dancing red creature. The artificial intelligence running the scorpions begins to critically overheat, entirely unable to process the ridiculous, nonsensical behavior of this giant, flapping predator. The alpha scorpion of the pack bravely steps forward, aggressively snapping its massive silver pincers to assert its dominance. But REXY isn't scared of a bug. The giant dinosaur waddles aggressively forward, thrusting his heavily scratched glass dome right into the alpha scorpion's face. REXY aggressively jerks his head and unleashes a furious barrage of silent, rapid-fire clucks, completely covering the inside of his visor with angry dinosaur spit. Utterly intimidated by the sheer, unhinged madness of the giant chicken lizard, the alpha scorpion actually cowers, its mechanical legs trembling in absolute fear. The scorpions look at each other, tapping their pincers against their metallic heads in universal confusion. This creature is completely out of its mind. Sensing their fear, REXY intensifies his flapping, aggressively herding the mechanical beasts away from the ship like a highly skilled prehistoric sheepdog.
The aggressive, sassy mother hen routine completely shatters the scorpion's programming, utterly breaking their desire to steal anything at all. The terrified machines immediately drop all of their stolen loot, letting the massive radar dish clatter harmlessly to the red dirt. The entire robotic swarm completely panics, stumbling over each other in a desperate, chaotic frenzy to escape the crazy, flapping monster. Moving twice as fast as when they arrived, the terrifying mechanical beasts scurry back into the absolute darkness of the canyon, completely vanishing from sight. The mud basin falls completely silent once again. The Saturn V-REX is perfectly safe, saved by the most ridiculous defense mechanism in the universe. REXY finally stops his frantic flapping, standing up straight and stretching his thick neck as he proudly returns to his terrifying apex predator posture. He crosses his tiny arms over his massive chest and tilts his head toward the starry sky, letting out a heavy, majestic sigh of pure, undeniable triumph. Grog slowly walks over, completely stunned, bending down to retrieve the heavy plastic radar dish from the dirt. The little engineer looks up at the mighty Tyrannosaurus, completely torn between being incredibly impressed by the bravery and utterly hysterical at the chicken dance. Unable to hold it in, Grog tucks his yellow arms into his sides and perfectly mimics REXY's ridiculous chicken flapping, silently clucking up at his giant friend. REXY's red plastic cheeks flush with absolute embarrassment. He quickly turns his massive head away, bashfully kicking at the red dirt like a shy toddler. Grog completely loses his composure, bursting into a fit of silent, uncontrollable laughter that sends him rolling helplessly across the red alien soil. Pretending to be deeply offended, REXY uses his mighty silver tail to flick a giant scoop of red dust directly into Grog's laughing face. Grog sits up, coughing and dusting himself off before walking over and giving REXY's massive leg a giant, grateful hug. Weird or not, his best friend saved the day. Working side by side, the two friends spend the next hour walking around the crash site, gathering up all the scattered pieces of their beloved spacecraft. Grog climbs high up onto the hull, snapping the radar dish back into place with a satisfying click, while REXY carefully hands him the missing engine bolts. With the ship fully reassembled, they can finally rest easy, knowing their home is secure on this strange, unpredictable planet. The camera slowly pulls back, leaving the two exhausted heroes sitting safely beside their ship, as the camera pans up toward the dark, jagged cliffs. Deep inside the dark crevices of the canyon, a few trans-red glowing eyes peek out nervously. But the second REXY happens to glance in their direction, the eyes instantly snap shut in pure terror. Grog and REXY sit back to back on the red soil, peacefully gazing up at the magnificent, sparkling purple galaxy above them. Slowly, piece by piece, metallic silver scorpion pincers slide across the screen, perfectly arranging themselves to spell the words, End of Episode 74. The silver letters catch the starlight for one final beautiful moment before slowly fading away into the night. The magnificent alien landscape peacefully and gracefully fades into absolute, total darkness, bringing a close to an exhausting night. The screen remains entirely pitch black. Not a single sound breaks the complete silence of the void. The calm stretches on, perfectly framing the quiet end of the episode. Still entirely black. The audience relaxes, thinking it is completely over.
Still holding the black screen. Complete and utter stillness. Almost there. Just waiting. The blackness is absolute. Not a single pixel of light. The void remains unbroken. Just a tiny bit longer. Now! Suddenly, in the bottom right corner, for exactly one lightning-fast frame, two metallic silver scorpion claws violently slice open the darkness, as Zippy the Ant pops out, wearing fake mechanical pincers to hold his bright red like and subscribe sign, letting out a sharp squeak before a real, massive scorpion claw reaches out from the void and yanks him back into the darkness, snapping the screen permanently to black.